Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Judge, case 4014, Brown versus Smoot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Miss Brown, you and the defendant have a child together. You've never been married. You moved into an apartment together. It didn't work out. You left. He left. You got stuck with, according to you, the balance of the lease. They're coming after you for the balance of the lease and for damage to the apartment you want him to pay. Mr. Smoot says you actually left the apartment first. He could not maintain it himself, and he left after 3 months. Together in this mix, there is a child support order that I'm going to consider that Mr. Smoot says he's obligated to pay. Do they take that out of your salary?
Yeah, automatically.
And in addition, he says not only while you were living together, were you getting that money every month? I assume it was a monthly order coming out of your salary that more than covered his half of the expenses. And that really actually should have stopped unless the child was receiving public assistance. Was the child receiving assistance?
Like Medicaid? Yes.
Okay, so the only thing she receives
And he
is...
wasn't paying the child support.
Your child is how old?
6 years old.
And when did you move in together?
April 2023.
And did you both sign a lease?
Yeah, we both signed the lease.
And what was the rent?
The rent was $775 a month.
Was it a one-year lease?
It was just a one-year lease, yes.
When did you move out?
I moved out October 2023.
Up until October of 2023, was the rent current?
Yes.
Okay. You stayed in the apartment.
Yes.
Now, when you left in October, you still had November, December, January, February, and March left on the lease. 5 months. Did you pay any rent during that period of time?
I paid rent for my new apartment that I just moved in.
To this apartment?
No.
Okay. Now, how long did you stay in the apartment, Mr. Smoot?
Till they evicted me. I'm not sure exactly when.
Okay. So she left in October, but you were living there.
Yes.
And when you were living there, did you pay rent there?
Up until she left.
No.
I couldn't afford all of it. So
the answer is?
No.
The answer is you did not pay any rent. You lived there.
And in the other roommate.
Don't speak.
Sorry.
You lived there November, December. When did you finally leave the apartment?
About 3 months later in January.
And January, so that's 3 months. And you lived there for 3 months and paid no rent.
Correct.
Okay.
He didn't move out till March 3rd.
So it could have been March. I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't move out till March 3rd.
I'm paying no attention to you. Okay, so, Mr. Smoot, 2325 is 3 months rent, okay? What was the child support order that you say you were paying that comes out of your check?
It was $470 a month, and they take it out of my check automatically.
Can I see?
That's I think the agreement.
This is dated August 12th, 2024. When did they start taking money? Oh, just a second.
Back in 2020.
Tell me, just a second. Ms. Brown, between the time you moved in April of 2023 and the time you moved out, October 1st, 2023, did you receive child support from him at all?
Yeah.
And you were living in
And I was using to pay our bills. I mean, like, he lived with me for free. He didn't have a job. So I used it to pay our bills. He didn't have a job from April to July. He didn't have no job.
Well, where were they taking the money from if he didn't have a job?
They took it because he owed back child support. He owes over $7,000.
Where did they take it from?
He filed his taxes, and they gave me what from his taxes. It was $900.
Is what you're telling me the entire time you lived together, all you got from him was $900?
I think he might have started. I have it in my phone. Over the last year, I've gotten $2,000 from him, something like that.
I got multiple bank accounts, so
what?
I use different ways of paying her. But anytime I've gotten paid, I've always paid her like the majority of it. So
okay, I don't want to hear the majority of it. So
when she
that's
says
why they
$100,
put.
I got a $500 payment right here. So that's seriously over $100.
Listen to me carefully. The two of you are on the hook to the landlord. You live there at least 3 months. You got to pay rent for those 3 months. You didn't pay rent for those 3 months. She wasn't there. I have to do something that's fair, so you can't live in a place scot-free.
Well, no, she was double dipping the entire time. I'm paying rent, I'm paying the $775, and I'm paying the $470.
I want you to show me
I
where...
only make $500 on my check.
Show me where you were paying the $775 a month rent. That I want to see. If you can show that to me, with case over.
That's the only way it was there. That's the only way it was concurrent. Like, she wasn't paying it. She doesn't make it.
All I'm saying to you is you live there for 3 months, you have to pay that 3 months' rent. The two of you are going to be jointly responsible for any other monies that are owed to the landlord because you both signed the lease. But you personally lived there for 3 months.
No, he lived there, I'm telling you, he lived there from November, December, January, February, and March. Like, he lived there all the way up until March 3rd.
All I need is proof. All I need is proof that he lived there for those 5 months instead of 3.
I can tell you where he was telling me that he was about to get moved out. He had to move out.
Okay, then I'd like to see that. If you have a text with a date on it, I'd like to see it.
I don't deny we owe the money, but
What?
we owe the money for the landlord. Like that's joint. We signed it together. We owed it together. Like
Don't
had
help me. I don't
roommates.
need.
He also had
Don't
3 other
speak.
people living with
Don't
him.
speak. I don't need your help, sir. I just told you. You lived there alone for 3 months. You said you have to pay the rent. Whatever other monies you owe the landlord between the two of you, she's got to pay rent someplace else. She was paying rent someplace else. You were living in this apartment alone. While you were living there alone, I find you got to pay the rent. And if you had broke the lease and there was another 2 months or 3 months, then you owe that to the landlord jointly. I'm not getting involved with that. Let the landlord sue you both and get a judgment and attach your salaries.
but that's why I'm being sued now because
So-
they didn't come after me. They went after her.
It says March 5th. It says the sheriff said I had to leave.
Just a second, I'm just going to read it. This doesn't say he was there in March, madam.
The sheriff said I have to leave. That's what he's talking about.
Listen to me. You ask him where he's been. I haven't heard from you. That was on March 5th.
Yeah.
Don't speak. Listen. Where have you been? You haven't called or anything. On the same date, he said, I haven't had my phone. The sheriff came and I had to leave. He doesn't say when he had to leave.
That's because he had to leave your apartment, right, Wesley?
Shh, don't ask him.
You asked him then.
3 months.
Really?
2325.
Tell.
You have to pay for where you're living there.
He was living there from March. Why won't you ask?
2325. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done here.
This court is adjourned.